So come on in, take a sip, let's wind down. It is a beautiful Monday, and I can hear the world rejoicing this morning as I got out of bed. It was already daylight outside because I live on the 49th parallel, and everybody in England knows very well what I'm speaking of, right? You know, during the winter, you're driving home at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and it's black outside, and now it's just the exact opposite, and it's going to get longer and longer. I swear sometimes it's like midnight and I could still be sitting outside working on my tan, but it was just great. I could hear all over the world people shouting, "Yay, it's Monday!" It was amazing. So, but I picked up another one of these. This is du Domaine Moulin Saint-Jean, and this is a reserve, and this is a fantastic French wine, but I love this one. If you happen to see it in your grocery or wherever you buy your wine, sometimes it's the train station for me, it's got a lovely, wonderful velvet with the gold emboss. It's just wonderful. It's tactile. It's literally palpable. It's a wonderful bottle. Very beautiful artwork on the label, which is something to me as an aesthete, as an artist. But it's got a fantastic finish. This thing is one of those that kind of fools you into thinking you're drinking a half sweet or a halbtrocken wine. But it's not. It's dry. It's easy on the tannins. It's got a wonderful finish. It's soft, but it's bold. And it's got a complexity there. You know, cassis, vanilla, the stuff you'd expect from a French table wine. I would say go with a spicy food. Spicy would be good with this one. And with that, let's hop into our grid and see what we got for today. So, looks like we're on Cryptic Crossword. Let me just adjust my vest. Part of the process I have here. Okay, so Cryptic Crossword number 29686. And I'm so excited that I figured out a way to get this narrowed and so that we can see the clue on the top of the grid. I just got to remember to not disturb it to make it go up and down. It's got to really ruin everybody's day. But the fact that we can see this up top now, right, that's pretty remarkable. So old Albert has to pay attention to tea at home. Old Albert takes a partner a day in brief. So takes a partner, could be weds. A day in brief could be Wednesday. Wednesday. Hardy woman's tresses regularly combed out. Well, obviously, we're probably talking about Tessa the D'Urbervilles, and you could get there if you didn't know. You could take out every other letter in tresses regularly combed out. So the R and the S and the E would be removed, so you'd be left with TESS. That's a beautiful clue. This is what I love about Mondays. It makes me feel like I'm doing so good, and then it's Monday. But thank you, Vulcan. Appreciate that. Love the setting today. So yeah, putting in Tess. Strip, but not for running. I wouldn't know just yet. In hard currency area, one may be laughing. I just thought we'd try to get the downs here real quick. Douglas is here, but implicitly not his wife. So Douglas is that's the main, I think it's the capital of the Isle of Man, and you got Man, not his wife, really, it's the 4, 2, and 3. If the New York Times had that kind of thing spelled out for us, by the way, the 4, 2, and 3, it would be a much easier grid, I think, right? I really appreciate about that, about the Guardian Cryptic. Because sometimes when I'm like struggling to figure something out and I can't, knowing how many letters I got, then my mind starts really working, like these little gerbils just are running in their little wheel, trying to figure out what would work there, right? You know, and so old Albert has to pay attention to tea at home. And as an amateur watchmaker, meaning I've never charged anybody to work on their watch. I do it for free. I just love watchmaking. I think we're talking about a watch chain, and this is an Albert watch chain. They've got the little T's that you can hook into your buttonholes, right? Which is kind of a fun thing. As a matter of fact, I have 2 Omega pocket watches here. Both of them need serious servicing, though. I'm going to have to take a Saturday and just do that. But yeah, they both have Albert style watch chains. Strip, but not for running. I don't know. Unruly, following drunk in court. Well, unruly looks like it. 10 letters, maybe to be disorderly. Disorderly, drunk in court. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Do y'all have bailiffs or are they orderlies? You know, the police officers that stand around in a courtroom and arrest people on the spot when they're found guilty, stuff like that. You know, I don't know. In hard currency area, one may be laughing. Well, I'm wanting to put a hyena in here, but I honestly don't know. It's only because it says one may be laughing. I mean, I don't know. I guess go with my gut. That's what my wife would tell me to do. Strip, but not for running. Hurt or hard, I bet. Huh, okay. Perhaps Houdini's key defender. I don't know just yet. I don't know. Instruments and twice as many singers. When I see something that says twice as many singers, I'm wondering if we're talking about singers or if we're talking about sewing machines. And yes, there could be a way, even though it says instruments, right? But instruments could also be, I guess it could be a sewing machine, right? You know, or I don't know. Going for this number is cheap. Oh, 4 letters could be going for a song. Yeah, I got it. I stole it. It was going for a song. I guess that's something we share in Yank, English, and the original. Dangerous animal. Nonsense. Maybe bull? That'd be like a double definition, maybe? As a guy who used to ride bulls, yeah, they're dangerous animals. Kick out keyboard player. One expecting perfection. A very long way, suffering in grisly heat. I don't know. Maybe it feels like a very long way could be light years, but if you're talking about suffering in grisly heat, I mean, I guess it could feel like maybe if you're stuck out there for a year in the light. I don't quite get that. Okay, back to that one. No, don't know. French maid's trimmed hat. French maid's trimmed hat. Maybe a bon? Maybe? Yeah, now I just feel like it's light years. I got that E there, so I could be way off, but I don't feel like I am. For example, Edward likely to plead guilty. We hit Edward the Confessor, maybe? Oh, I just love a Monday. Monday, Guardian Cryptics are my favorite days of the week. I just walk away feeling so chuffed. And like we would say in German, ich fühle sehr schlau. Ich bin schlau. So smart. Come across blokes heading off to the bar. Come across blokes heading off to the bar. I don't, maybe encounters. Oh. Usual memo for altering impressive tomb. Let's just put encounter in. I should just know to do that, but I mean, sometimes I'm like, I just want to get something to confirm that my thinking is right here. One silently expectant that gives dinner a bit of a lift. 4 and 6, huh? I'm going to need a little bit more than that. Impressive tomb. Start a new life as a man. Okay. One rising and beginning to break into dance. Okay, is this where it all comes crashing down on me? I'm feeling so schlau and all of a sudden I don't feel anything. Band having plenty of coal, exactly. 8 and 4. Give me something. Give me a little something. Up and about shortly for 1. That could be 4 letters for 1. Up and about port. The capital of Italy. Oh, this is a clever one, and it goes back even to the New York Times. You'll get that in all of them. The capital of France, the capital of Sweden, whatever. I mean, anywhere. Capital of Greece. It's the same. Always the same. Euro. But I guess they wouldn't. I don't know if it applies to those countries that still maintain their own currency. Like if I go to the Czech Republic, which I'm there every weekend, it feels like that. I can pay in euros, but I'm gonna receive their money back. Okay, so start a new life as a man. Well, it's time for me to start guessing in here. Start putting my best forward. Usual memo. Altering impressive tomb. The only thing I can think of with that E blank M is mausoleum. And and I gotta remember that was a UM or an AM. I think it's a UM, but again, when's the last time I spelled it? Maybe never. Maybe never. Okay, so let's see. One silently expectant that gives dinner a bit of a lift. The little elevator. Dumb waiter. One day I'm going to have a house with a dumbwaiter. I don't know when. But I'm going to have a house with a dumbwaiter at some point. Up and about shortly for 1. Asti. Okay, this is why we just need a little bit of something to get us going. Now, up and about shortly. So I guess up and about could be a stir. But if you shorten it, take the R off and you get a 1. Okay, that one makes sense. Band having plenty of coal. Exactly. 1 rising. Beginning to break into, so maybe a rebel. Break into dance, though. And start a new life as a man. And this looks like impregnate. We'll try it. I don't get it. Not one single bit. Not one single bit. Sure does fit, though. And if it fits with whatever this is, band having plenty of coal. Exactly. You know, if my words run cold by the cold of sunshine. I love to sing. I love to play music. But I cannot sing Jerry Garcia. It's just not going to happen. But I think we got the Grateful Dead here because it makes sense. You got the Greats and a furnace, perhaps, maybe. I'm making. I don't know. I've never burned coal in my life, and exactly it could be dead on. And it kind of spelt itself out there. And this looks like it could be what y'all refer to as, well, in the States, we call it the shoulder of the road, and I think y'all call it the hard shoulder. It took me a while as I am driving through England on occasion to realize that when I see a sign that says services, that means I can get gas there. Maybe a snack, maybe a bite to eat, maybe a tickle water, as some people refer to my sparkling water habit. And still no idea what Houdini's key defender may be here. Instruments and twice as many singers. So these look like these could be maybe double basses, and I guess that could be a double definition. Fitting. Kick out keyboard player, one expecting perfection. This U, this O, perfection, one expecting perfection. I bet we've got a utopianist. Which, I don't know. I go back to that, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's true or not about Winston Churchill being accurately ascribed the quote that if you're not a liberal at 20, you have no heart. If you're not a conservative at 30, you have no brain. But I would imagine that utopianist was probably in there for whoever thought that was a good thing to say. Perhaps Houdini's key defender. So is this an escapologist? I've heard that. So weird to have escapologist and utopianist in this grid. I don't know why that's weird to me, but it feels kind of strange. Without moving, fills drawer with money. gold coin, train to clip top and bottom. Well, I'm gonna go with the ducat, or the ducat. I majored in Elizabethan poetry, i.e. Shakespeare, during undergraduate. And as such, I probably had 12 classes Shakespeare. A lot. It feels like maybe it was 6, maybe it was 8. It was a lot of Shakespeare. But I had the same when I was in there with a lot of theater majors. So there was like people like me who just loved British literature and really wanted to study, the great Shakespeare. And then there were those who were drama club, right? They were getting degrees in performance. There's this one girl, and she had red hair. She was otherwise a lovely person. But whenever we were reading, I think it was The Merchant of Venice, she kept saying, whenever it was her turn, and I think she played Portia or somebody. But it was always ducats. And it was just irritating because we're all thinking it's just ducats. And then I started thinking about it one day, like, well, maybe no, actually originally they probably were ducats, but Ducati, right? So without moving, fills drawer with money. I think this might be stock still. A term I used once in a short story. Stocks till. Fills drawer with my stocks the till. Okay. A little dense today. This one. Italian city's irrational appeal. Okay. I'll be talking about Pisa here. Must be talking about Pisa. And tree dweller, just too long for narrow opening, and a narrow opening would be a slit. I don't get the rest of it. Demonstrate against worker, perhaps. One typically with strong work ethic. That's right. We're going to pick ourselves up by our bootstraps, so saith Adam Smith. We're going to go with a Protestant on this one. Okay, so let's find out. How did we do Bob? And I don't see any holes here. So I'm going to chalk this up as a minor victory. Oh, no, I did have a hole. I guess I didn't put in slit. Did I not put in slit, or was I wrong about slit? Check all. Oh, no. Is it a slat? No, a slot. Oh, gosh, that's it. Did I say minor victory? No, I didn't say minor victory. I said minor misgiving. No, I was really excited there for a minute. I thought I'd done really so good, and it turns out that I was off a lot. I thought I was thinking slit, narrow opening, which it kind of is, but so's a slot. And for that matter, a slat probably shouldn't have been my second guess, but at the same time, I was just thinking tree dweller, and for some reason that just meant a piece of wood, and I was thinking maybe the thing that holds the bed frame in the, that holds the box spring on the bed frame. So I don't know what I was doing. I don't know. But regardless, Vulcan, beautiful Monday grid, so beautifully constructed. Well done setting this one. Well done. So we'll bring down our Benière d'Adieu. And again, my name is Christopher. I'm delighted that you're here to do the crossword with me. This was so much fun. And to all of you who suggested and practically demanded that I quit boring you with the quick crossword or the quick cryptic or any of those, just to come straight to the cryptic, it has been a journey. But I feel like I'm making some progress. And for that, I am forever grateful as ever whenever I have an opportunity to learn something new. So thank you all very much. Until we see you tomorrow, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Just be nice to others and be as kind as you can be to the stranger you have behind you in the queue. Be well now. Cheers. Take care.